Hello friends, today we will see the next chapter, clear the waste. In this chapter we will discuss the different types of waste and also in which state the waste is available or is in the atmosphere. Waste. Waste means anything that is of no use to us. Let's take an example. Old newspaper. Once we read, we throw it because they are of no use for us. Empty bottles and cans. You can take the water bottle, you can take any beverages, you can take any cold drinks, whichever product comes in the can and bottle. Once we use it, they are of no use because we throw them. Next is packing boxes. Today we know every product is coming into a proper package. What we do, we remove the product from the packet and we throw the box. And toffee wrappers, we eat chocolates and we throw the wrappers because we know that is of no use for us. Fruits and vegetable peels, what we do, we wash the fruits and we throw the unwanted part of the fruit, which we call as fruits and vegetable peels. Broken glass and garden litters. A lot of waste is produced every day in the houses, factories, offices, agricultural fields, restaurants, everywhere. So it's important to dispose the waste and keep our surrounding clean. Can you imagine if we don't dispose the waste, what will happen? We can find the new mountains created of garbage. Sources of waste. The waste is categorized in four sources from where the waste comes are called as sources of waste. One is domestic waste, paper, plastic, peels of fruits and vegetables, tetra packs, broken glasses, garden litters are categorized as domestic waste. Industrial waste, chemicals and different industries such as textile industry, cement industry, mining industry, rubber industry and power generation station. The waste coming out of this are categorized in industrial waste. Next is agricultural waste, the waste of animals and the remains of plants, excess fertilizer, insecticides and pesticides are categorized as agricultural waste. And in general, paper, plastic and metal is categorized as commercial waste. So we will see the two different categories of waste, like types of waste: biodegradable waste, non-biodegradable waste. The waste which mix up with the soil without causing any harm to the soil and the environment is called as biodegradable waste, like leftover food, vegetables and fruit peels, paper, etc. Next is non-biodegradable waste. It is opposite of that. The waste which does not mix with the soil. It usually contains harmful substances which will spoil the fertility of the soil. Sorry. Now what are that? Tetra packs are there, cans, polythenes, metal, glass, etc. As they never mix up with the soil, they are called as non-biodegradable waste. Thousands of years, non-biodegradable waste remains in the soil in the same condition. Waste according to the state. solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. These are non-liquid wastes such as glass, plastic, metal, wrapper and Tetra packs, which are produced due to various domestic, industrial, agricultural activities. As we can see them in solid format, they are called as solid waste. Next is liquid waste. These are liquids such as water, cleaners and detergents that are dumped into water bodies causing pollution. Also, the chemical water which is coming out of the industry which is harmful is also as called as liquid waste. Now the third waste is gaseous waste. These are harmful gases produced due to various industrial activities as well as burning of fuels. Means some gases are emitted in the atmosphere from by the industries and some are from the vehicles which we use. The fuel which is used in the vehicle does not burn properly. Because of that, the vehicles emit the harmful gases. So because of these two things, the environment gets polluted. Now carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide are the example of gaseous waste. Now effect of waste accumulation means collection. If waste gets collected, it causes great harm to people as well as the surrounding. So it is important to remove the waste quickly in a safe manner. If we don't remove, what happens? It gives out a bad smell, making breathing difficult. Waste thrown on the road occupy the space and make the road dirty. Also, insects, flies and mosquitoes get attracted to the garbage heaps. They sit on the waste and cause many diseases. If the same insect flies on our food, it will contaminate our food and directly it affects human body. It also becomes the breeding ground of rat, stray dogs and pigs. We see rats, stray dogs and pigs stay in the heap of garbage and they produce their young ones. So cleaning is important. Disposal is a big problem. Now if we think of disposing the waste, what problems will be faced? Let us discuss. If we throw or dispose the waste in the water bodies, it will pollute the water. If I burn the garbage, it will pollute the air. If I bury in the soil, it will pollute the land, soil, as well as the underground water. And if it is allowed to remain, it will smell bad and cause health problems. So it needs to be cleaned properly. Now, we know there are three states of waste. Now we will see disposing of solid waste. At home, solid waste is collected in a covered bins, waste wet bin and dry wet bin. Now the garbage collector collects the waste from every home and that collects in the main garbage collection point. Here we can see the image. A garbage collector is collecting the waste from every household and he brings to the main junction. Now the collected garbage from the city is taken away from the cities to an open dumping yard by the trucks. There it is divided in waste wet and dry wet and they dispose the waste. Next one is disposing liquid waste. Liquid waste is mainly a sewage, dirty water coming from houses, offices and industries. The sewage water is collected in the main drain pipes from the drainage systems to the sewage water treatment plant. Here, in the treatment plant, the harmful substances are removed from the water. This water is then released in the river, or it can be reused for watering plants and for industrial use. Disposing gaseous waste. How to dispose the gaseous waste? Most of the gaseous wastes are removed from the environment by the wind and rain. What precautions to be taken? The chimneys in industries should be fitted with the filters so that the harmful gases are not let out in the air. Also, the chimney's height should be in the specific manner. Plants plant more trees to reduce pollution in the environment and make use of pollution free fuels such as use battery bikes or use LPG or CNG fitted kits. Let us see the magical three words regarding the recycling, reuse and reduce.
Hello, I am the Earth. Yep, the very planet you live on. There are three words which start with the letter R, which I love. They are reduce, reuse, and recycle. Do you know why I love them so much? Because they are almost magical words. They can make all living things, as well as myself, be happier. I said that they are almost magical because without your help, it won't work. They need all of you children in order to do the trick. Each and every one of you are the real 3R's magicians, those three words which can change the world. Do you want to know how? Yes? Well, let's find out. The first R is for reduce. If you think about it, there are many things you don't need. When you go to the supermarket, I'm sure you can take your own canvas bags instead of using disposable ones given to you. Like that, you will be reducing the amount of plastic, which is very contaminating. And I'm sure that you don't need to print out so many documents or photos, nor leave lights, television or computers on when you're not using them. If you remember this, you'll be reducing the amount of paper being used as well as energy, and in turn will be helping to reduce the contamination. And these are just a few examples. I am sure you can think of many more different ways to reduce what you are using or creating unnecessary waste. The following question will help you with this task. Do I really need this, or is this just a whim? The second R is for recycling. Now, it is easier than ever to recycle things we don't need anymore so that they can be reused. Near your home, you can find places like the recycling station and containers for cans, plastic, paper, or organic waste. They each have specific colors to make it easier to identify. By using them, you will avoid contaminating nature, the rivers and seas, as well as the atmosphere, which is the air we breathe. And finally, we have the third R, which refers to reuse. How many things do you think we can reuse again and again instead of throwing them away? Let's see. A piece of paper that has only one side printed on, a carton box, a plastic bottle. You think now. With just a little bit of imagination, I'm sure you can come up with many more exciting and fun new uses for them. And remember, if you apply the 3 R's rule, you will make me a much cleaner planet.